All right, happy Thursday night, everybody. Welcome on into the daily broadcast. Hanging out here in the Hat Creek Interior Studios, hatcreek.us. Custom furnitures and accessories right here in Lubbock, Texas. The best in Western style, living room, dining room, bedroom. You get the idea. Check out their website. Go to 10101 South Slide Road. Check out their showroom in Lubbock. Amazing stuff. We are pleased and fortunate to be able to tell you about how awesome their things are at Hat Creek Interiors. Now tonight we got Tech basketball coming up here in about an hour. Down in the Bahamas, taking on Wake Forest. It's a big opportunity weekend, I guess weekend. Thursday, Friday, going into this thing with Purdue looming tomorrow. Talk about that. A tech effect on college football firings and hirings in 2025. What is the tech effect? We'll explain. And it's overrated, underrated, rated right Thursday. We rate things. You never know. Somebody's going to ask you, hey, what do you think about something? You got to have an answer. Tonight, Thanksgiving meals and foods, the overrated menu items, the underrated menu items, and the ones that are, just there. Beyond that, maybe some tag football. And this is getting really deep into the weeds on some advanced metric stats that I find kind of interesting, and we'll kind of hip you to that. And it shows why Tech is a really, really, really good football team this year. All right, we're ready to do this thing. Let's make it happen. This is going to be as good as your comments tonight on the United Supermarkets chat line. So you get in, you fire away, you have thoughts, and we'll have a great show. In three, in two. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, TheRaiderland.com. You start your day there on the website, see what we're thinking about on a given day. You check out the Raiderland Hot Links brought to you by Jackson Brothers Meat Locker in Post, Texas, home to world-famous jerky. You can order online. Tell them we sent you. We are brought to you by Ultra Exteriors, but not just exteriors, interiors. That's right, home renovations, anything you want to do from a building standpoint, roofs to windows, bathrooms to kitchens to you name it. Give our friend Warren a call. Tell him we sent you there to Ultra Exteriors in West Texas. Not just Lubbock, but they travel about. They can afford the gas and can get out there to your place. Also by McAlpin Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of Raiderland. You overdo it this time of year. Maybe it's just getting Christmas decorations down out of the attic. It could be that simple. Maybe you just think you're a really good pickleball player and nobody around you will tell you you're not. And all of a sudden you don't feel right. Hey, if your back's out of whack, don't call a quack, call Kevin Mack. Legally not their slogan. Should be. Kevin McAlpin's a great West Texan. Huge Kansas City Chiefs fan, too. And he's good people. So call Kevin McAlpin Chiropractic. My own family has gone there. I can't give you a better endorsement. And of course, every bit of information transported between me and you and me on that chat line, that's the United Supermarkets chat line. Closed Thanksgiving, so get all your stuff ready to go this weekend, all right? So jump in on that United Supermarkets chat line. Let's have some fun. There's the supermarket and the grocery store that takes care of Texas Tech and Lubbock and puts their name, and that's your money, on things at Tech. And then there's the other store that takes your money and puts it on things in Austin. Shop wisely, my friends. All right, let's get it going. Let's get in tonight. What do you want to see on Tech basketball? Tech effect on coaching hires. Baylor and Mack Rhodes, a divorce. Their AD gone. And it's got to be ugly. You know how we know it's got to be ugly? It's Baylor. Baylor's going to Baylor. And then I think the thing that'll drive the most conversation tonight and the discussions tonight, Thanksgiving foods, overrated, underrated, rated right Thursday. Turkey, overrated. Completely overrated. What about side dishes? The under, the over. You tell me. What do you got? And then the ones that are just, just kind of right. You tell me. All right, let's get it going. Whether you are on our YouTube channel, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, if you're on YouTube, give us the like thing and then share it. Invite people in. We want 700 subscribers by this time next weekend. Facebook, free. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. And you get cool stuff on Facebook that we don't do everywhere. That's why we say Follow us on all of our network of platforms because we do different stuff, different places. And then, of course, on Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media. Join the thousands of people who have been a part of our Twitter community. Nats, still Nats, here in the Hat Creek Interior Studios. Not Corey Flanagan's fault at Hat Creek Interiors. We just need a freeze out here. So, at Ryan Hyatt Media, get you in tonight on that. Let's get it started. So we give him credit. John Dries something. Hey y'all, hey you. Glad you're here. Old Texas Tech man 9144. I'm gonna stay home for Thanksgiving with my animals. Get Thanksgiving food from Meals on Wheels. Hold on, what? You're getting seriously? You're getting Thanksgiving food from Meals on Wheels? What are we doing here? Brother needs some. I mean, we'll get. My friend Lance Leinert drives for Meals on Wheels in Amarillo. We can get this taken care of. Get you some turkey. Aranda is next. Chris on Facebook. Hey, Chris. Yeah. I mean, and this is the tech effect. Okay, the tech effect. What is the tech effect on coaching firing? It's how early that Kirby Hocutt moved to get rid of Matt Wells and start the process of hiring Joey McGuire. And at the time, people were like, how can you do this so early? Well, it was because Kirby Hocutt and Texas Tech understood the lay of the landscape with the new early signing date. In particular, that was the thing then, that if you waited until December to fire somebody, you lost an entire recruiting class. Now we know that the high school recruiting signing date ain't that big a deal. It's the transfer portal. But since that time, and Tech took huge slings and arrows. Huge slings and arrows. How can you fire a guy at this time of the year? What are we doing? Yeah, well, one, it worked out. Two, everybody now engages in the Tech effect. Penn State, probably the biggest example this year. I would say UCLA, but that was just such a grease fire, it didn't really matter. All right. But Penn State. And now the Tech effect, you're seeing it play out in real time in Oxford, Mississippi with Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss. Not just potential, but a college football playoff team that, while Lane Kiffin can deny that, edicts are being handed out, deadlines are being given, that Ole Miss is looking and going, if you're leaving, we got to get rid of you now because we got to get your replacement. How many teams is Lane Kiffin going to coach next year? And why do we believe that Lane Kiffin is just going to roll into Florida or LSU and have national success? Because we've seen coaches go to Ole Miss over the last 25, 30 years and have mid to above mid-level success, but not, I don't know, we're in the playoff era. I get it. Things are different. The Tech effect is what's going on that, because the school now has to say, one, recruiting portal, we can't be behind in the coach search. And this year, you've got so many high-profile job openings that if you're Ole Miss and you sit here and wait until, January or whatever, you're hosed. So, yeah, I'm on Team Ole Miss on this. I'm Team Hotty Toddy Gashamati. Bim Bam Flim Flam. Who the hell are we? Ole Miss by damn something. I don't know. Hotty Toddy Gashamati. My brother would kill me if he heard me say that. By the way, he's Hell State, man. So, yeah, the Baylor thing playing out. Let's get some comments. We are here in the Hat Creek Interior Studios tonight, brought to you by Ultra Exteriors in West Texas. Roof, windows, bathrooms, kitchens, living. You get the idea. If you need it, they can build it. On the United chat line tonight, you visit with us, and we're also brought to you by McAlpin Chiropractic. Meanwhile, back on the chat line. Michael, does Colorado have a chance to beat Arizona State, in my opinion? In my opinion, sure, yeah. With Sam Leavitt out, with many rumors that Kenny Dillingham may be moving on, that there is 100%, I think, potential turmoil there in in Phoenix and Tempe, in Tempe. And it's exacerbated again by transfer portal and the idea that things happen really fast right now. That your season's done, you're not going to be in the playoff. All these things are over pretty much. Does Colorado have a chance? Sure. They have a chance. A chance. I don't even know what the line is on the game right now. JCTT, turkey. I like Cajun deep fried, but generally overrated. It's a better lunch meat than entree. And we're talking overrated, underrated, rated right. Every Thursday we rate things. You never know when somebody's going to ask you something. You got to have an opinion on it. We're talking about Thanksgiving food. All right. So the main meal, side dishes, everything that is involved in Thanksgiving. Here's my deal. Turkey sucks. We don't have it any other time of the year. You can try to do your injection and deep fry it, and you can drop it in the bucket of boiling grease and set your garage on fire. You can do all those things. That's a lot of work to make a piece of crappy bird meat taste good. 10 other things that are better than turkey: brisket, steak, ham, spiral cut, smoked, honey roasted, don't care. All that's better than turkey. No other time of the year do you sit there and go, God, I got to have some turkey. So one, turkey overrated. And that's merely on the entree front. Now we have the side dishes, you know? And there's a huge difference. And I think you guys are smart enough. You understand the difference between dressing and stuffing. Stuffing is the crap you shove into the bird to try to make it taste good and smell good. Dressing, cornbread or otherwise, is the stuff you have in the pan, and you put it in the oven, and it comes out, it's beautiful. You get a big old scoop out of there. You put a little giblet gravy on it, a little clear gravy on that thing, and you sop it up with a biscuit or a roll, whatever you got. Yeah, dinner rolls probably. How many of you grew up taking a dinner roll at Thanksgiving? And you pull that thing apart, split it in half. You take your thumb, you mash it down in there, you make a little well, a little reservoir in the old dinner roll. Do the same thing to the other one. Set it on your plate, get the giblet gravy, pour it in there. I know you did it. So yeah, overrated, underrated, rated right, Thanksgiving foods. Overrated, cranberry sauce. Why? And my wife's adamant, gotta have it. She seems to love it. I don't care. Chris, turkey, waste of time, ham only for us. I'm with the ham people. I'm with the brisket people. Ribeyes, whatever. Fajitas, enchiladas. John, did Texas Tech women's soccer beat North Carolina and Fort Worth to advance to the Elite Eight? They haven't played yet. That is Friday, I believe. They changed the date on that because of bad weather. Haven't played. I love what? Stone? Help me on that. What do you love there? I don't know what that is. I love stuffing. Oh, he continued on. I didn't know if Robert was professing some sort of love or something we didn't understand that we needed to support in a therapy group. Love stuffing and a hot turkey sandwich the day after. No. I'm not going to give you the hot turkey sandwich after, because if you do brisket sandwiches are better. Ham sandwiches are better. Again, you're not going any other day of the week. You're not going into any sandwich shop and looking at all the choices you have and go, yeah, I'll have the turkey. Nobody does that. CJ, someone will be after our defensive coordinator. Hope not, but his reputation of staying places a year. Well, he's been moving up. There's nowhere to go up from here at Texas when you're at Texas Tech, and you've got a chance to be a top 3 seed in the playoff, and when there's not another place to go. But will people make overtures? I'm sure they will. Will Texas Tech have the money to pay? Yes. What I would say, CJ, is this is a bigger issue. This is the next thing I think for Texas Tech football that needs to occur, is a massive influx into the assistant coaching, salary pool. Double it. You're taking care of the players. You don't have to worry about facilities anymore. That's paid for. The next round of money needs to go into Zarnell Fitch there on the defensive line, Sheil Wood, that he needs to go into some assistant coaches and say, all right, we're not going to get money whipped on players. We're not going to get money whipped on coaches. Now, you can't stop a guy if you want. Let's say if somebody throws whatever money at Sheil Wood and says, we want to make you a head coach. I get that. Go. Be a head coach. Thank you. I appreciate it. But you better not lose him as a coordinator to any other program. That's money at this point because he's, from a program standpoint, not maxed out, but you can win at Tech as well as you can win anywhere else now. Those days are gone of, oh, this guy's got to go here to win. That story's over. Old school Tech man. Yeah, I'm on Meals on Wheels, food stamps, can't work, bad legs, bad back since I was a kid. Use rollator, a walker to get around. Got no family. Dude, that's BS. You got a family. Raiderland is now your family. Everybody here watching this show, everybody here in Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland is now your brother, your sister, and we're going to make sure stuff is good. You got that old Texas Tech man? You that crap, no family. You got family. You got us right here. You may not want us. You may not want to hang out with us, but by God, you got us. Okay? You guys got it out there? You understand? Everybody here in Raiderland? Old Texas Tech man, 9144. Or is it 9144? It could be 9144. Or it could be 9. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Ain't nobody out there that's a part of this community that comes in here every night and hangs out with us. You are not alone. The family thing, no. This is a family. You guys got it? Good. Make it happen. Of course, Meals on Wheels food is probably better than some of the. Never mind. I'm going to get in trouble. I hit the wrong button, and I got to go up here and do this. And good grief. How many things did I screw over there on the comments? I know Tunis, Abragesa. I like hamburgers. JTB, I'm a brisket or ribeyes guy instead of turkey for Thanksgiving. Hate turkey. Welcome to the club. It's okay. Speak the truth. Speak it out there and say, hey, we don't have to eat turkey. Men, we don't have to eat turkey. You don't have to do it. Now, if other people in the family want turkey, allow them to have turkey. But also, stand up for yourself and say, I don't want to eat the turkey. I'm going to have something else. All right? Let's do it. Jeff, first it was firing a coach early season. Then it was Dollar Portal and NIL, one of our great YouTube followers. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on YouTube. Maybe they know something about where things are headed out on the South Plains. You think? I agree. I've heard Sam Levitt. He most interested in Miami or Texas. He can be interested in Tech. I don't think Texas Tech is interested in him. He's beat up. He's been hurt the last couple of years. You'll be able to do better if you're Texas Tech in the portal than a Sam Levitt. Wish him well. I hope he does great. He might end up Tech, but I seriously doubt. I don't think Tech has any desire to take on a quarterback after having injured quarterbacks who's injured. All right. Lady Raiders may get a come. Oh, is that the real James freaking Faust? Lady Raiders 5-0 in action tonight. They seem to be better. I want them to be better. Nice win against Arkansas. We've seen the non-conference schedule the last couple of years, and the record's been gaudy, and then it doesn't translate. I'm cautiously optimistic, James. Want them to do well. Want them to be great. But let me wait a little longer. All right. The players for Ole Miss and Arizona State are probably feeling deflated now because their head coach hasn't committed to them. Yeah. And that becomes the discussion in a realistic discussion point if Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin move apart from each other. If you're the playoff selection committee, you're not getting the same team that put up whatever number they put up. You're not. And I've seen Texas Tech over the years in basketball, both Lady Raiders and even the men a little bit. You get penalized because of injuries. Well, okay, I think it's fair to say that if Lane Kiffin isn't coaching Ole Miss, that's not the number 8 team in the country or the number 9 team or whatever it is. Players also on the same thing, and we were talking about that on Arizona State, Colorado. Yeah, that I think the players, coaches are checking out, players are checking out. Tread lightly on that. Chris, so is this right? Arizona State loses, BYU wins, we clinch spot, Big 12 playoff game. Yeah, or championship game. Yeah, here's the deal. Arizona State loses, BYU wins, Tech and BYU are clinched playing in the Big 12 championship game in Arlington on December 6th or whatever it is. And doesn't matter what happens with Tech and West Virginia. While that is true, nothing changes, though, for Tech from a standpoint of you've got to win, and here's why. Even if you're guaranteed the title spot, you still need to win that game. Otherwise, you won't be hosting a game. You will be in the Big 12 title game, but you still got to beat West Virginia. If you lose to West Virginia and get to the Big 12 title game, there's no guarantee you're in the college football playoff. The only way I think Tech gets in the college football playoff with a loss is a loss in the Big 12 title game. And then you go in as 10 or 11, and you're certainly not at 5. You're not hosting a game and having delusions of bringing in, like Notre Dame or whatever. No. You're going to their place. So the clinch scenario, fine, wonderful. It doesn't alter what Texas Tech has to do, which is beat West Virginia and, in my opinion, win the Big 12 title game. Beat West Virginia, win the Big 12 title game, you're 3 in the rankings. Beat West Virginia, lose the title game, you're about 10, give or take. Lose to West Virginia, you're done. JC, Tech Effect might also be moved from coordinator coach to CEO coach with the GM in place. Cornbread dressing and giblet gravy can never be overrated. I agree with that. Overrated, underrated, rated right. Thanksgiving foods. We ate turkey. Anything's better. Got to have dressing, stuffing. Not the same thing. You guys know that. We understand that. What about the old green bean casserole with the little bitty crispy, little onion strings on top? Yep, good thing there. We like that. Jell-O salad? No. Don't want it. Cranberry sauce. Wife loves it for some reason. Don't want it. Then where are we on the pie front? Maybe next week you can talk about pies. Nor the university, they practically said it publicly. Got to be more clear when you respond to something. I lose track. Do you know any fly fishing guides in Red River, New Mexico need to book a trip? Absolutely. Jeff Fagan is your guy. Call Jeff Fagan. Fagan's Guided Fly Services out of Red River. Jeff Fagan, Fagan. Now, here's the deal, though, all right? He's an awesome dude. He's the best. And the guys he works with, that if he's out of town or whatever and you want to fish with somebody on his staff, they're going to be awesome as well. Don't tell anybody. He's an Aggie. No, it happens. But yeah, Jeff Fagan, best in the business up there. Nobody can get you on better water up there. You need to book a trip up there, Tim. Trust me. And tell Jeff said I. Old Texas Tech man, love the green bean casserole. Yeah. It's got that little cream in it. What is that? Cream of mushroom? Cream of something in the green beans. And then the whole thing is it's got to have little crispy things up top. Have you ever eaten a can of those, by the way, without having it with anything else? Like eating like potato chips? I have. Chris, my wife makes some Some crap they called stuffing. They're from Iowa. I asked for only dressing for the last 10 years, gave her my mom's recipe. She snarled at me. I'll pray for you. I'll pray for your wife to be enlightened on the difference between stuffing and dressing. Stuffing we stick inside the innards of a bird nobody likes, trying to make it smell better. Dressing, on the other hand, is beautiful. It's glorious. It's wonderful. The dressing, you need not even have turkey to have the dressing. It's awesome. My brother James, my brother from another mother, in-law, my mother-in-law is frying a turkey this year or barbecue turkey. Either way, I'm buying pies. Dude, you know your role. You stay in your lane, get the pies, don't screw anything up. Barbecue turkey or smoked, are we talking about smoked turkey or barbecue? I can get on that. The fried turkey, I kind of got burned on that, in the early 2000s when it was a thing. And then after a while, you inject, you do this, and you whatever. I'm like, yeah, we're still working a little hard to make this thing work. If you could sneak some ham in, or brisket. When the best thing about the turkey is, yeah, but you get a sandwich the next day. Brisket sandwich better. Chris, that ain't happening. Get his info. Not sure what you're referring to. My dad graduated from Texas Tech in 62. Last time I was in Lubbock, I believe 51 years ago. Hadn't been in Lubbock in 51 years? Dang, gum. I don't want to spoil anything, but things have changed around here. Let me tell you about 114th Street. Anyways, Jeff, college football news is reporting Sonny is suspended at TCU for illegal gambling, accused of taking money to lose. What? Seriously, no. I mean, I've got to flip screens for just a half a second to check this out and see what we're saying here, because it ought to show up on one of my feeds if something like that is going on. Give me half a second here. College football news, you say? Yeah, hold on. I got to do some work here. Real time watching this. Yeah. Holy crap. This can't be true. College football news. Is this a real site? No, parody, not real. College football news, parody, not real. All right. I've known Sonny since we were in the 8th grade. That is a parody site that is not real. You got suckered in on that one. You don't have to eat turkey. You also don't have to sit down for a huge meal, but you do because of tradition. Well, we don't necessarily sit down for a huge meal. It's all about family. It's all about being together. It's all about whatever, fun, cool stuff. Ain't gonna eat the turkey though. Old Texas Tech man. My dad graduated from Tech in '62. I think I already saw that one. All right. Sorry. Give me your reruns on that. Never mind the Sunny news. It's fake. Yeah. Checking it out. Give me a targeting penalty and suspend me for the first half of tomorrow's show. Jeff has been suspended for the first half of tomorrow's shows by rule. Cody Campbell will make sure our defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator won't be taken away from us. Well, at least half right on that. My grandmother made what we call now Chex Mix, called trash. Yeah, that's good. I like that. It was a standard. My aunt, my dad's oldest sister. Well, he only had one older sister and one younger sister. So my dad's older sister. I think that's the first place I ever remember having it was at her house, was that Chex Mix. And exactly, you called it trash. It was good. They'd let you sit there and eat it as a kid, and it was awesome. Dylan, pumpkin pie rated just right. Can't wait. Also, not a Thanksgiving food, but mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving are just solid. Mashed potatoes, a 5-tool player, right? Gotta have it. Gotta have it. Thanksgiving, Any other time, you need the mashed potatoes because it just kind of goes with everything. It bails out a lot of different things. If you got good mashed potatoes, you can go cream gravy, you can go with the brown gravy. Either way, whatever works for you, right there. Yeah, we'll have to do pies next week. There's a lot of thoughts on pies. All right, Tech basketball about to get started against Wake Forest. Tech, I believe, about a 9.5 point favorite. Started off at 11 this morning and kind of moved around. We'll see what they do. Need some balanced scoring, help out top, and need Anderson to kind of get a little consistent shot going. Defense tighten up a little bit. You get the win. You win by about 9 or 10. That'll be a great deal. And then hopefully you get a chance to play Purdue tomorrow. Is Purdue done in the books? Are we done on that one? 5:15 to go. 68-64. The Boilermakers and the Memphis Tigers. Tigers out of the Memphis. What is Memphis doing that's allowing this to happen? 48-9 from the field, 44 for Purdue, 37 along for Purdue, 30 for the Memphis, and then 82-4 at the line. Help me out here. I need a box score on this to see what we're seeing here. So it was 36-35 at the half. Purdue. CBS Sports deal. Are they getting to the line? 9 of 23, 4 of 14, 14 of 17, and 6 of 8. So yeah, they're hitting them at the line is what's happening right there. Interesting. Wouldn't that be something? Memphis gets the upset, you don't get to play them. We'll be with you tomorrow, maybe. All right, it's an open date. It's kind of holidays, and we're going to be doing shows all next week. We're going to be with you Friday. We'll probably do some stuff Thursday as well because it's a huge deal. Huge deal. So we might take tomorrow night off. If we do, I'll record something for you and have it on the website. All right, we'll make it worthwhile. Where are we here? Last few comments. Sweet potatoes with the extra brown marshmallows on top. Underrated. Got to go brown gravy for Thanksgiving. I'm not opposed to it. I'm fine either way. I want the giblet gravy, though, on my rolls and on my dressing. Ryan, like you remember the good old days, wish I could come to Lubbock. Who knows? Maybe it'll happen. Never count anything out. And then could never eat stuffing after seeing my aunt pull the neck out of inside a turkey and proclaim to my grandfather, I thought you bought a hen. That's the perfect ender comment right there tonight. I can't beat that. I can't do any better than that. I ask you guys to do one thing. We should have done it earlier. The power of 5. If 5 of you good people who enjoy the show will go to our sponsors on their Facebook pages or on Twitter or wherever you may find them. United Supermarkets, they're on Twitter, on Facebook. McAlpin Chiropractic, Ultra Exteriors on their website, and then Hat Creek Interiors. They got a great Facebook page too there at Hat Creek Interiors. Just go there and say, real quick, thanks for supporting Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. We appreciate it. Can't wait to shop with you guys and anything else. If 5 people do that every night, that's massive. Our advertisers appreciate it. Reinforces to them that you guys are the best audience out there in sports broadcasting. And then I say this every time too, not just me. Any media you enjoy, do that for the sponsors. All right, not just my show, but I don't care what show it is. A radio show you enjoy, whatever. It doesn't matter. In this highly competitive media environment that we are in currently, it's harder and harder for advertisers to get a good feel on, hey, am I just shouting into the wilderness is what's going on? So anything you enjoy, and if it's got an advertiser tie-in, please go to them. They're more accessible than ever. You don't even have to go to the store. You just go to their Facebook page. But you let them know, got the message, appreciate it. And I'll be heading to Hat Creek Interiors and buying a new sofa just as soon as I can. Yeah, something like that. That'd be good. Tomorrow, Friday, most tech thing you've done this week. I don't know. We got to come up with something to predict. It's Friday. It'll be good. All right, we got to get out of here. Going to enjoy the basketball game tonight. Texans. I like the Texans catching 5, and we'll take the over on this thing tonight too at about 44.5 or something. See how it turns out. You guys are the best audience in the business. That's what makes this thing so fun. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate everything you do. And we will see you in some form or fashion tomorrow at theraiderland.com.